So this is a scene that I've moved on to now. This is going to be a buggy with 4 trailers. So I've set the scene up. I've got the large map that I want it to follow at Gatwick. So basically I want it to start here. I've animated it. If I move this, you can see the animation. Starting off here. So far I've animated it. If I highlight the electric buggy at the front, you can see the keyframes, and it turns and then stops at the air bridge crossing, taxiway crossing. So each component this is made out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different animation components. So this is dolly 1, dolly 2, dolly 3, dolly 4, and I see there's a pin missing. There's like a tow bar, so that's, I called it pin 2, pin 3, pin 4, so I've left one behind. So that is pin 1, I've called it. And pin 1 has been left behind for some reason, so I'm going to move it to here. So that's reasonably lined up. Now I need to make a keyframe for just that tow bar. I've called it pin. Just double check location and rotation. I just do it automatically. So now nothing should be left behind. So if I go into map view, so I've animated the tow bars as well to make it more realistic. Otherwise, it's got to be refined. But I just want to get the basic movement in. I can come back later and perfect it. I notice this section here is a little bit, the buggy's not quite right. It's turning a bit too sharp. And not too bad, but I can come back later. All I want to do now is get it into the simulator and line it up. So this is where it gets a bit complicated. Each of these assets has now got an animation, its own animation track, you could call it. They're all slightly different. So I've got to go into each one and rename it dolly 2 and delete the action part of it. Dolly 1, that should be. Dolly 2. They're slightly different names because I mixed them up earlier on. But as long as I know which is which, Dolly 4, the electric buggy. So the electric buggy is a model that I made before. Everything is joined together, apart from you cannot join the lights with a polygon. You can add them as a parent. So the light system is just 2 front lights, 2 back lights, and six lights around the top light, orange flashing light, to illuminate it properly. So basically every single one of these lights I had to make it a parent to the main buggy. So I left click here, hold down control and left click on the buggy. Click on the light, then I think it's shift. Yeah, it's shift and left click on the parent, and then right click, parent object. So I have to do that with all of the lights. All these lights are parents of the buggy, so they will move. They don't have their own animation track. They are just parented to the electric buggy. So I need to just go through this and rename the animation name, delete the action part of it. Pin 1. See, that's the right pin, but I'm going to rename it pin 1. Pin 2. Pin 3. Pin 4. So everything's renamed. I'm going to remove the map underneath. So what I need to do is save this. This is really important to save in case you mess it up, in case I mess it up. And before I do a push down the animation, I like to have a version saved where I can add some things to it easily. So this is fully editable at the moment. I can add some luggage, I can add a curtain later, put some texture onto here, and then I can push it down into the animation. So if I just highlight everything, and then I go to animation, here's all the sections, all the assets that are going to be get their own track. So with that, I go drop down to action editor, push down, and I go to non-linear animation. So here's all the tracks, the NLE, non-NLA tracks, NLA tracks, non-linear animation track, and there's Dolly 1. So what I found was I've got quite a few animations here. What I found is I have to drop down this box to get them to export properly. So each one I have to expand. Otherwise you only end up with one section. You only end up with the Dolly 1 showing up animated. This is like trial and error. I'll work this out. How do I get down further? And there's the last one, expand that. I do believe I've left the something I should have maybe done is change the actual time of the animation to that point, which was about 4,500. I'll just leave it as that. Hopefully it'll work. If not, I can just go back and try it again. So it's about 4,500 frames. All of the tracks are there. I'm gonna highlight all again. And now I need to I've already created a folder, I think. And I've called it in the model lib I've called it Electric Buggy X4 in the model lib directory. Let's have a look. No, I haven't created it yet. So create a new folder. This is in the package sources. Package sources, model lib. I'm going to rename that one Electric Buggy ×4. Going to copy that. So the name's already there. I think this is from an old project. This is from the original model project. So all the settings have already been made. GLTF separate, GLTF bin and textures. That is the texture folder. It's one folder above. So it's ..dash texture dash. Remember settings. This is from the old project. So Electric Buggy _X4. I do need to generate a GUID because it's a new folder. Electric Buggy ×4. There's nothing in it. So it's going to generate a GUID. I'm going to have to change that GUID because it's from an earlier project, so it'll have the same GUID. So I'm going to do that in a bit. So I'm going to export GLTF. Quite a big file size. So the size is how big? 2.65 megabytes. Well, there's things I need to do to get rid of some detail, so I'll probably do that later. This doesn't look right. Electric Buggy X4. Yeah, that's right. So I need to so this is the XML. This has got no animation script in it. So what I'm going to do is go into the monorail that's already in another one of my projects. That's got lots of that's the monorail train. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 trains animated. So all I'm going to do is just copy that. It's going to save me typing it out. And just paste it over there. There we go. So I've actually, that's 6 animation tracks. I need, I think, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm just going to copy and paste. I think that's looking right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hopefully that'll be okay. So these GUIDs need changing because they're from the monorail. So I just go to GUID. Start generating some GUIDs. So this is the actual model GUID. And these are the animation track GUIDs. So I need to do quite a few. Did I do that already? I can't remember. So that's all done, but I need to change the names to what's actually in the new project. So dolly 1, dolly 2, dolly 3, dolly 4, electric buggy, pin 1, pin 2, pin 3, pin 4. So I can save that. What I can do is export it again. See if it does anything to the XML file. Don't want to generate a GUID now because we've already set them. So that's been, I think it's been exported into that. I think there's a few little changes. We'll soon find out by building the project in the SDK. So in theory this should work. So this project's already been pushed down. I think there's a way of deleting these tracks and getting back into the keyframes, but I've already saved the version, so I might just save this one as a push version. It's already been pushed into the tracks, so I can close that. Now I can go into the SDK. So it's worth just mentioning, it's really worth backing up your project before you build any project with a new animation, because it can really mess it up if you've done it wrong. And if you don't know what you're doing 100%, you'll never be able to get the project working again. So there's the project backed up. So I'm in the SDK, I'm going to open the project. Build project, build package. See if anything goes wrong. I think it's going to be okay. No, it's not okay. So have a look in there. 15 hours. Buggy, that's full. Hello DMs. What have I done here? See that I've made a little mistake there. I put 2 dashes instead of 1 dash. I'll close the project. Two underscores instead of 1. I thought it looked a bit funny earlier on. So let's try again. Build package. build again. 0 errors. That's what I want. I'm going to load it in editor. And go over to the right area. Just wait for it to load. Okay, now I'm gonna search in the scenery for electric buggy. Buggy times 4. Add it to the scene. And now I need to go a bit further down. So I need to get the angle correct, really. I could try it. Selecting the pier, looking at the angle, copying the angle. And no, it's paste. Minus 180. Minus 12.36. So that's should be at the right angle, the same as the whole pier. So I wanted it about here on the map. Now we're going to resume simulation. See when it turns. Funny feeling this is too small. So if I go and search for worker, tarmac worker, put that there, I can see it is a bit small. Can't select it. See the gizmo is right over there. So I think I need to see if this will work. 1.1, because my actual model is too small. So, because it's a new model, it doesn't like me messing around with the scale too much. It probably will be okay on the second build, but it's actually looking like it's gonna work, and it's turning at the right point. Well, that's not bad for a first attempt. That's actually lined up perfectly. How good is that? You couldn't get it any better than that. So the problem is, if I scale it up, it's going to ruin the the animation will be, might be able to pull it east a bit, but it might get messed up. So I'm probably just going to leave it slightly, it's a bit small. So it should stop at the bridge crossing. This buggy is a ghost. I've moved the original. Look at that. Bang. Then it goes in a loop. That's all I've managed to do at the moment. But I want to animate it to go across here. But that's good. I'm going to go back to the put it in the community folder now and call it a day. So I've just spawned on gate 50 and see what happens. See if I've got this disappearing problem with this one. See if it starts juddering. See, you'll notice the jetways are missing. It's just Airbus. It seems to be an Airbus glitch. So this model is what way, yeah, there we go, disappearing, same situation as before. But this model is about 2 meg. It's really needs demeshing. It's disappearing like crazy. It's got to be a drone view problem, I'm sure this is. See if I can sneak up on it before it disappears. Bit of a slowdown there. Night view. You can see how the animation can't really see how it needs correcting. It's a serious bit of juddering. It should just stop right here. Boom, done. I'm just going to nip over and see how the other animation is doing. Probably gone all the way around now. Ah, there it is. So this is going to be the final version of this high loader, I think. Nothing worked to correct it. Could be just my graphics card giving him a pair of ear protection, which is really important. I've left all the normal maps on there, including the chain. So the disappearing behaviour seems to be intermittent. $12 doesn't seem to be disappearing, this one now. Who knows, it could be in cache. Don't think I've perfected this part of the animation yet. It's taking the wrong road. It should be this road and straight through. So I need to remember that. Just keep it straight down here. Nice and straight. And it should miss that post. It should be moved really. That's right in the roadway. Okay, that's it.